Today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts, as in the provocation, and the day of temptation in the wilderness. So he's letting them know you need to not harden your heart when you hear the word of God being preached and you hear the words of Jesus. Unlike those, that were in the Old Testament on Mount Sinai, they heard, and some of them hardened their heart, they disobeyed, they went on and went to idolatry and other things. He's telling you, don't be like them when you hear Jesus. And the day you hear his voice, don't harden your heart. You need to obey the truth. This goes for you young people. And the day you hear his voice, and we're telling you that you need to participate and be the church now as well as a church in the future, and that you need to give the most earnest heed to the word, and you need to grow thereby. You don't need to harden your heart and try to resist your parents and be disobedient. And parents, it does them no good to only hear it preached on Sundays and Wednesdays, and you don't reinforce it in the home. We're telling you what thus saith the Lord, or what you need to do to get your house in order, and to shun the very appearance of evil. And then when they get in your home, you bringing evil right to them and helping them celebrate it, and wonder why they leave the church when they get grown. Wonder why they're falling away. Wonder why they want nothing to do with God. Because I may have heard the truth when I was at service, or this pastor, preacher, I remember them, they were good. They lived it. Boy, they walked the line. But mom and daddy, we was able to sin and cut up and bring baby mamas and baby daddies in the house and sleep together, do all kind of ungodliness. All I saw was hypocrisy. And it's a shame, because we're going to have to give an account. We will lose another generation if we don't begin to stand in the gap and preach the truth. And not only preach it, but live it and walk it out. And help them to see that there is a way of holiness. There is a way, a highway. Fools aren't going to enter therein by accident. You're not going to trip and find this high and holy way. You're going to have to move up from the lowlands of sin and forsake sin and be obedient to what thus saith the Lord in the scriptures.